Let's now bring in John Kirby, spokesman for the U.S. State Department. John, thanks so much for joining us. You heard Senator Cotton. He says these continued extensions are teaching Iran the wrong lessons, allowing them to walk back from previous concessions they made or demand new concessions of the U.S. What's your response?
Well, my response is that another extension here, what it's doing, it is allowing negotiators to stay in the room and to build on the progress that has been made in the last couple of weeks. It'd be foolhardy, it'd be foolish to simply walk away while progress is being made. That said, and Secretary Kerry said this for himself, it's not an open-ended commitment there in Vienna, and if we can't get a deal, he will walk away.
Is it true, though, that every time one of these extensions happens, as Senator Cotton says, Iran goes back on something they had already agreed to, such as previously they said they would ship uranium out of the country, they would close down an underground bunker. Now they're saying that they want the conventional arms embargo on them lifted. Is that how this is working?
Well, I don't want to get into what's being discussed inside the negotiating room. I think what I would say is that there still remains, and Secretary Kerry said this too, there still remains some key issues that need to be resolved. And I don't want to get into content, but yes, there are some issues that need to be resolved. As for the agreement itself, we've also always said that it's going to be in compliance with the April agreement in Lausanne, the basic parameters of what the deal needs to be constructed like. We're not going to walk away from that. Those parameters, which Iran agreed to, are still the parameters that our negotiators are working toward.
Senator Cotton and others fear that the so-called signing bonus that Iran will get from this deal, billions of dollars Iran will get when sanctions are lifted, theoretically, that money could end up one way or another in the hands of terrorists. Is there any way that this deal could include provisions to prevent that?
Well, look, we're not unmindful of the fact that Iran, as a state, may continue to spend money, whether it's additional money or money they have now, on state sponsorship of terror and other destabilizing activities. We're not blind to the other things that Iran does on a daily basis that is causing tensions to rise in the Middle East and not decrease. So we're mindful of that, but we have mechanisms to monitor, and there will still be sanctions in place even if a deal is reached. Jake, there'll be sanctions in place to deal with conventional arms and other activities that Iran continues to pursue.
John, as long as I have you here, I want to ask you about another world threat. In his nomination hearing yesterday, the nominee to be chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Joseph Dunford, he said that in his view, Russia poses the greatest threat to U.S. national security. Does Secretary of State Kerry agree with that?
No, the Secretary does not agree with that assessment. He has great regard and respect for General Dunford. Certainly, he understands that General Dunford has a responsibility to offer his best military advice and his most candid opinion, and clearly the General did that. But the Secretary Kerry's view is that Russia is not the greatest national security threat to the United States. There are many threats that we're dealing with, many challenges. Russia poses a security challenge on the European continent, to be sure, but we also cooperate with them on many things. For instance, these Iran talks right now going on in Vienna. Frankly, the Secretary views a greater threat to our national security right now as the growth of violent extremism around the world.
All right, John Kirby, thank you so much. Have a good weekend.